One time we took foie gras and we aged it in the neighbor's backyard for 6 years. No. So my name is Nick. I own AhbA in Laguna Beach. Started as a brewery concept that I wanted to do, but then the brewery concept just got to be too much of a kind of too big of a beast to tackle. So everything sort of got shaved down into a restaurant. I was kind of driven to this neighborhood just because it felt like it was a little bit underserved, and I thought that we could have an impact with sort of our style of cooking and our style of service. But really, the best thing for me is creating an experience and an environment that I specifically control for the guests. I like places that are really well thought of and eclectic, where it's not just kind of a stamp. So that's what we tried to do, and just incorporated different aesthetically pleasing details that really made people feel more like they were walking into their friend's house to have dinner versus walking into a restaurant. And that kind of also is reflected in the food as well. So with the initial menu, the approach was more of a Mediterranean style, kind of small bites, shareable. It was definitely more of a chef-driven concept at first, but you know, we've had to adapt and change a little bit. Pandemic has affected the business like I think it's affected everyone. It's been crazy. I mean, the restaurant industry was completely demolished, which we're fortunate to be still operating at this point. I think there were a lot of places that really tried to adapt and change to it, which we did. Yeah, it's impossible to do business when you can't have people sitting in your space, because not everyone has a parking lot. Not everyone has a menu that's takeout friendly. There were so many changes, and it was happening on a day-to-day basis, that we decided to close and reset and only do takeout friendly things. And then as soon as something was more concrete and they thought it would be the appropriate time to reopen and go from there. The month we closed was a lot about figuring out how we could make it work with new food. Being closed for a restaurant just means that you're not paying for food and you're not paying for labor. And those are the two most expensive things. That's why we closed and took the time to really make those changes and really redefine who we were. At this point, I just want to do what I would be ordering on a Friday night. Truffles and foie gras are great. Maybe not in California. But yeah, it's hard to put that in a box and sell it for $90, you know? We changed the menu completely to sort of cater to that genre, I guess. At first, we kind of we limited it. That's the first step, is to limit the things that take a long time, that are laborious. And we then went into okay, how does this carry? What can we do? It's basically not just shifting to takeout, but for places that were more environment-based and experience-based, you literally have to change your concept. So it's huge. For us, it was huge. But no, I mean, it's been the reopening and a closing and adjusting packet. It's a lot of phone calls, and it's a lot of capital that has to be pumped into making it happen. And it's a heartache for the people that are working for you too, which is it's the worst part. Not knowing if people are gonna walk through your door. It's not easy. So the changes we've made, we've been open for the past, I guess this is week 3, since a month-long shutdown before they opened indoor dining again. At this point, it night and day. It's allowed us to take the time to reorganize our staff, reorganize our systems. There's so many moving parts in a restaurant. The time we've been able to spend to make those changes has been invaluable. And we've seen a huge response in the past 3 weeks. The key for me, at least from my experience, is, you know, good food, nice environment, friendly staff, and that's kind of the formula for the most part. Repeat business is the best compliment you can get.
We're just really trying to have friends over for the most part.